Hey, Dr. Karen Can here. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. So, as I travel and meet people and talk to people, some are very much in the know in terms of, awakening to what's happening globally, and others not so much. And what I've noticed is for a certain group of people who are in the know of what's going on globally, they see the big picture. Sometimes there's a sense of exasperation, frustration, and even feeling like helpless, like there's nothing that can be done. And the underlying theme that is going on is the feeling like it's too late, or even the question, is it too late to save the world? We look at the pollution problem. We look at the lack of oxygen problem. We look at the oceans, problem and all these species dying. We're looking at genetically modified foods that can be harmful to both animals and humans. We're looking at the bees dying off. And if the bees die off, well, that's the end of humanity, right? So there's all these things going on, and some people are definitely aware that there may be some sort of so-called evil agenda behind some of it. Now, I don't claim to know the whole picture of everything that's going on, but I am pretty good at piecing pieces of the puzzle together. And I would like to let you know that from my perspective, it is never too late. I know some people are warning, doctors included, and well-meaning, totally understandable, that if you make certain health choices, that some of these health choices that are a bit risky are irreversible. Okay, so what does that mean? From the biological, three-dimensional perspective, I can totally understand their perspective. So some of these are functional medicine people, naturopathic doctors, medical doctors warning people about the irreversibility of certain health choices that that they don't know what the long-term consequences are going to be. And certainly I don't either. However, from a spiritual, energetic perspective, I feel that not only are things reversible, they can even be better than before. I know that's a big jump. I know it's a big jump. You're like, Dr. Karen, like, have you looked at the news lately? And the answer is no, I don't watch the news. And I don't think you should either. But anyway, it is a big jump. But it's the jump between 3D consciousness and higher levels of consciousness. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that you get to treat your body like crap and expect miracles to happen in 24 hours, right? There are certainly lots of sensitive souls out there that have been doing a lot of consciousness work, and they get a little frustrated and annoyed that things don't feel better already. I've been doing so much work for the last decade, and on this consciousness. Well, number one, they have a higher responsibility. So they actually have to do more work than the average person in order to get results. But that's not because there's anything wrong with them. They're not cursed, nothing like that. It's because they have that greater responsibility level. I call them healing types. So they're a higher healing type 3, 4, 5, as opposed to 1 and 2, which are here to have fun and play for the most part. So they have to do more consciousness work. Why? Because whatever they do not only affects them, but affects a bigger whole. That could be a whole country. That could be a whole culture. That could be all of humanity. That could be the entire planet. It could be the cosmos, the universe. I mean, you name it, we've seen it. Okay. So we don't have to, if we are healing type 3, 4, 5 and have a higher responsibility, we don't have to get upset that things seem to take longer. And if we take a look at from childhood, even in this lifetime alone, forget about past lives for a moment. In this, in this reality, many of us are now in our 50s, 60s, 70s, etc., right? So maybe we've done consciousness work for 30 years or 20 years or 10 years. There's a lot left to heal. And that's not bad, because we get the opportunity to heal it on behalf of ourselves, but also our loved ones and those around us, and even our ancestors, and even our alternate lives, if you believe in alternate or past lives. So that's the exciting part. So as we go from this just 3D thinking to a broader multidimensional thinking, what happens is that opportunities come in to heal things that we thought were not healable, that are not reversible. Some people are concerned, for example, of, injecting nanotech particles in the body and being, tracked, or having energy weapons directed easily at their loved ones because of it. Is that possible? Absolutely, that's possible. Okay. And even is that probable? Yeah, well, given what we know, it's probable. But at the same time, you don't have to freak out and go, oh, it's irreversible. Well, it is if you don't know beyond the 3D, right? But if you do and honor that, hey, maybe there is a way outside of your regular 3D biological reality that can make a shift. For example, we know that you do not have to have the DNA, the physical DNA, in order to make parts of a body when there is a memory of the ideal healthy DNA. And that's just like, wow, blew me away. That science. You know what I mean? So, like I said, doesn't mean you treat your body like crap and expect miracles overnight. It's a process. You still do want to take care of your body because that's part of the responsibility level, right? So the universe is not going to let you get away with a lot of negative thinking, not clearing that, blaming other people, judging, eating poor quality foods or toxins, right? To load yourself up and go, oh, I want that miracle and I want it reversed. That can happen. And for those of us in the higher responsibility levels, that is more work. And yes, it is easier for others in lower responsibility levels. We do some of the work for them, but that's because we've done easy in other timelines. So there's no point in wishing to be a lower responsibility level. You've already done that. You cannot de-evolve in that way. I mean, the universe won't let you de-evolve. So you're continuing to evolve. And the really neat thing is, as our consciousness expands, it doesn't have to be you or me, but people invent things, right? Technology, and technology can be used for good or bad, right? But there's technology, there's new ideas, there's understandings of how we use frequencies and energies, and tap into dimensional realms and get help from our dimensional friends, to really make a difference. And yes, these things can be reversed. But you need to, in order to do that, you do need to be aware that these solutions, some already exist, but are, you know, from being seen by the mainstream. So you need to know where to look and who to connect with, that kind of thing. So really follow people that you resonate with. Hopefully, if you're watching this, that you're resonating with me. I definitely will do my best to share what I can. I do have a special space for all things canceled and censored, and that's in iAwesome. In iAwesome, we actually have a group, and we meet every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We talk about some of these things. So this video, because it is going to be on YouTube and other channels, there are certain words that we tend not to use in this space. One of the things I've been really concerned about is the increasing number of young people, elite athletes, and children who have been affected by certain health choices. Let's put it that way. Okay, certain health choices. So let me show you a couple of things. I cannot link these in the description. Okay, but you can find these. And if you get scared easily and can't hold your own frequency and your vibration, don't go there. Okay, just don't go there. So there is a lot of things happening in the world that are encouraging certain actions without good data to back it up, or even certain actions that could be dangerous for people. So we're getting more and more inflammation in the heart for young people, which I never I don't think I actually saw even one case in my 25 years in medicine, and now we're seeing it as a common thing. It's being normalized, this heart inflammation, and it's not just heart; it's the whole cardiovascular system. It's a nervous system, lots of different things going on. So I think it's really important to be in the know, and I think to follow some of the um, information that is trying so hard, to educate us. And sometimes, if you're not a big reader, I get it. I don't have time to read everything, but sometimes there might be a little video, that can help give you the gist, of what's going on. And I think it's really cool that certain defenders of society actually will, there's a downloadable PDF you can get. There's a lot of free stuff. I actually just found one recently. Let's see if I can find it for you. Let's go natural. There it is. Naturalmedicine.net.nz. So they have like a free thing that you can download here. You can also check out number 42. I did not buy that one yet, but it was all about dandelion extract being able to prevent the attachment of to your cells in that ACE receptor. So if you're in the know, you kind of know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, you'll have to look at social media because I posted a picture. But these are really neat things. And so you're not expected to know everything, but we do talk about this pretty much every week in IAWESOME, the International Academy of Universal Self-Mastery. So, we have our network space. I also want to show you our tribe. So I have a tribe there called Sensitivity is Your Superpower. And so these are sensitive souls who are willing and wanting that controversial conversation that can't be had in other places. So we do a weekly Zoom and we record it for folks. People come on at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and it's called the Take 20. I think it's more like a Take 60 these days, but lots to talk about, right? And so we just post things in here that we wouldn't normally post elsewhere. Also, if you're part of my light medicine community, we also do that as well. And how do you get into the light medicine community? Well, we don't do any live talks there. There's no way of doing that in that particular app. So we do all the live stuff in IAWESOME. But here is the Light Medicine community on my website, which you can join. And I do post things in, certain areas that otherwise we wouldn't be able to post publicly. And this may change in the future, what this whole thing looks like. We're looking into other options for ease of use. And how do you get into this community? Well, all you need to do is be a customer, student, or client of mine. So you're like, oh my gosh, what if you don't have a lot of money, right? Well, I would say the best thing to do is get a copy of my book. So let's see if I can get it for you here. Okay, so you can actually go to my website, KarenCan.com, and just click the book, icon. Then you'll land here. And I just decided to just continue the launch special. It's been a year. I'm just continuing it because I want people to get these bonuses. So we have $1,000 in bonuses if you buy a copy of the book. You can either get it from me for whatever it is, $7.77 ebook, or you can go and get it at a retailer online and then come back, fill this out so we can give you your gifts. Cool, right? So there's a lot of really, really cool things in there that'll help you navigate the space and be in that consciousness where you can automatically heal. Get this, automatically shift, heal, transform, and transmute things that may not be for your highest and greatest good. Is it some work? Yes, it is. But it becomes fun after a while because as you get going on this process, what you'll find is the life starts unfolding very curiously easier for you. Doesn't mean that you don't have really great challenges. Sometimes you have more than you think you could handle, but how you're able to handle it is better. So, there's a saying that, don't ask for life to be easy, ask for you to be so strong that any obstacle is like nothing to you. Okay, that's not the quote, but it's something along those lines. I'm sure you probably heard it before. So things not only can be reversible, they can be better than they were before. Yeah, super, super cool, right? So there are ways in which you can use energy and frequency. That is kind of like the new medicine, the light medicine. That's not just visible light, right? It's not just red light, blue light, purple. No, no, no. We're talking spiritual energies. We're talking higher dimensional energies, all these beneficial energies that can help you out. But you do need to be able to connect and understand how to do that. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about light medicine and teaching that in my TOLPAKAN Healing Level 1 training program, as well as some of my other programs that I have. So I'm not going to talk too much about that, but I did want to share with you a TOLPAKAN Healing directive that may be able to help you right now. So if you have even a tiny, tiny little bit of feeling like, oh my gosh, it's done. We're done. Humanity's done. We're into genocide. All these people are going to die. That kind of fatalistic thing. I'm not saying people won't die, okay? But what I'm saying is that it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. So why not just get rid of that thought that it's going to be that bad, right? And that feeling, because your vibration is going to be pulled down from that, and we need your vibration as high as possible. I'm not saying Pollyanna and think, oh, everything's fine, nothing's wrong. No, I'm not talking about that. We're talking about understanding and knowing, yeah, there's some stuff going on in the world, right, that you do not want, that we do not want, and rising above it and seeing, feeling, being in that space of that light and vibration of a different reality. Now, on the energetic scale and the global scale, that reality is already here. Now, it may not look like it at the moment, but we're in that process of transition. So we can transition kicking and screaming, or we can transition with greater ease. Now, if you're in for greater ease, raise your hand. There you go. All right, so this TOLPAKAN Healing Directive and Activation we're going to do today is all about reperceiving this so-called irreversibility to being open to whatever life unfolds in our evolution. So what I'd like you to do, especially if this is your first time, you may want to close your eyes, pay attention to any energy or movement inside your body. That is our stillness through observing internal movement. That is our process that we get into and connect to the 0 point field. And then I'm going to say a few things right now called the TOLPAKAN Healing Directive. And your job is just to feel your body, notice the energy. And if you don't, that's fine as well. As we do the activation, I would love for you to post that in the comments afterwards, what that felt like in the body. Okay. See if you notice a shift. Here we go. I now command that all energies preventing you from seeing, being, and experiencing your ideal future reality, that all negativity and negative energies be fully transmuted into the positive opposite energies. Let's have all those energies clear, clean, heal, resolve, transmute, whatever's for the highest and greatest good for you and for the whole, in this and all your timelines, in the highest and best way, with ease, speed, and grace. Thank you. So take a moment, just feel your body, feeling that. What we're going to do now is do another TOLPAKAN activation related to resistance, because that sometimes prevents us from moving forward. Here we go. So I now command that any resistance of any type to anything, anyone, any situation, any reality be erased, dissolved, and uncreated from you and all versions of you and all timelines where you exist, with ease, speed, and grace, in the highest and best way. Thank you. So go ahead and just let go of, or make the intention of letting go of any resistance. And the last TOLPAKAN Healing activation, let's go ahead and realign you to your ideal future reality. So again, feel the body. I now command that you and all parts of you be fully aligned to who you really are in the highest vibration possible in this and all other timelines, and with your new ideal reality of peace, love, joy, prosperity, and harmony for all, with ease, speed, and grace, in the highest and best way. Thank you. So go ahead and just feel in the body and just let that settle in. That may settle in for the next couple of hours or even a couple of days. Love for you to type in the comments how that feels in the body and how that feels emotionally. And while we do that, I will do a couple of, extra things I wanted to talk to you about. So I've been doing some research. Some of you have already known that that's been happening around, practically speaking, what can we do related to some of the rules that are going on right now that we do not prefer, right? So here's one option, and it's all around peace, being peaceful. And this is a little bit of work because we're so used to fighting, right? Fighting this and fighting that, and light warrior fighting, right? The fight really is not out here. It's really the resolution of the fight energy in here, so we can go out peacefully. And it doesn't matter how many times we fail at being peaceful, as long as we are continuing to notice what's going on in ourselves and developing. That's what's really important. So the people that run this society, the Proclamation of Peace, and King David Joel, is there as a backup to help you to get to that spot, and also give you a mandatory exemption card if you do not wish certain rules and things to be enforced on you, and to have the protection of someone that has a bloodline that those in power will respect. Okay, so that is one thing, and this is completely free, to join. But I would say go ahead and take a look at their YouTube channel. Watch, the first 6 videos on the YouTube channel. Really get an idea of how the world actually works, and then see if you are, resonating with that. So I'll just show that to you. So this is what the YouTube channel looks like. Okay. And yeah, so definitely volume 1, volume 2, definitely watch all those videos here in this space and get knowledgeable. I know some people are like doing it last minute. I get it. I was like that too, right? It wasn't until I think the folks said they were coming door to door, then I was like, okay, I gotta do something, right? So some of you are in that space where you're like humming and hawing and humming and hawing, not really taking action, thinking I'm okay for now, right? But you happen to be employed somewhere, and you're like, well, that's not going to affect me, and then suddenly it does, and you're like, now what do we do? Right? So it's like, okay, get with the program here. Like, learn this stuff. That is your personal responsibility to learn it. Now, the other thing is, on a practical basis, we have some really positive things going on. We're talking about things being irreversible, not so much. There are some, assemblies out there. I heard from my friend Lisa Werner about some of these, and I actually vetted the deputy director, of the what's called the GIA, and really resonated, with that person, because I wanted to make sure they were in peace. They weren't going to go guns a-blazing, like hanging people and doing things like that, to really give people an option of peace first. So that's why I really am diving in. I actually am now a member of the New York chapter, and there are like 161, 2, 3, whatever chapters called assemblies around the world. So Assemblies du Jour is the name of it. And you can join your assembly. So if you're in Australia, there's one, many, and then there's Canada, there's some, right? So have some backup, and not just sit back and not do anything and hope someone else is going to save you. No, we have to save ourselves. So that means doing some volunteering. Now, it doesn't mean you're like, oh my God, I don't have time to volunteer. Well, here's the thing. We're saving the world, right? We're saving ourselves. We're saving the world. Yes, there's going to be some energy involved, but at the same time, you're going to be meeting and talking with people, your tribe. It's going to feel great to do that. So check it out. Check out what is actually going on behind the scenes. And it is so positive and so inspirational. All these people, these are real people around the world making a difference. And there's going to be financial relief for us, medical relief, if you will, for us. If you're someone who is an inventor and are afraid, to step forward with your invention because it's life-saving, you don't know what's going to happen to you, this is the place where you want to get some backup. So you can check out the URLs right here. And yeah, so there's a lot of great things going on in the world. So check it out, see if it resonates with you. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't do it. I'm just telling you what I'm doing because I'm resonating with it. So at the very least, check it out. And I think the inspiration is very, very positive. So we need that right now, right? Instead of thinking things are irreversible, we're going down the drain, humanity's dead, we're all going to get killed, blah, 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 right? So we don't need that kind of attitude because that helps us drag down and we don't want that. So a couple of announcements on Light Warrior Radio. We are airing one of, this is last week's. Let me just go find this new one here. Okay, let me see. Hang on just a sec. Let me go back to my, now you know what happens behind the scenes here. Okay, so one is coming up. Oh, it doesn't show it here. Anyway, it's, let me look for it. Hang on. We're good. I'm going to stop sharing just for a moment because I have the link right here. So many links. Okay. So click to share link. Okay, here we go. All right, so here we go. Let me go share that again. Okay, so this is the one we are re-airing on Monday with this person who cannot be named. So he's a beautiful young man with very, very sensitive energy. So he is definitely a sensitive soul who is in the frequency of peace as he interviews and with people in the know what's going on in the world. And there's various different types. Some of it resonates, some of it doesn't resonate with me. But, it's really neat how somebody is digging deeper and sharing it with the world. And what I do have a lot of respect for this person is who he is, that vibration of peace. And we're really talking about how he's navigating that with his family, with his life, So we're not even talking necessarily about the censored stuff. We're just talking about his life. Funny how that got canceled on YouTube. But anyway, this is the link for that. We'll put that near this video. And then want to share with you last week's with Ken Rolla about the home shield, like technological weather magic. Okay, so if you're wondering what that is, definitely listen to the link and the interview from last week that we re-aired. And just so you know, the home shield device has been recently upgraded. In fact, I visited Ken recently, and not only can you use solar power, you can now use AC if you'd like. There's battery backup, there's AC backup, there's solar power, all these different ways, and it's more powerful. And that's really, really cool because there's a lot of negative weather magic going on, and we would like to counteract that automatically without necessarily having to do that all the time, every day, in our own homes and our property. So 75-mile radius, if you'd like to condition the energy around your home, this is the device to get. So check it out. I'll post that link yes, near this video. Let's see if there was anything else. Oh, yes, I did want to share this link as well. Let me see if there's anything else there. Yeah. So somebody shared about dandelion extract being able to prevent the mama thing from attaching to the cells. And that's in volume 42. That is not a free download, but there are some other free downloads you may be interested in, such as this one that you can download from this place here. So if you're interested in herbal remedies, knowing about natural remedies, how they can support you, check it out. Check out this and download some of the freebies. And if you want to, you can even purchase. You can't purchase volume 42 on its own. You have to purchase a series, but I think in the future, as that becomes older and older, then you'll probably be able to purchase that one, on your own. A couple of other announcements I want to share with you. We talked about how not rare, Unfortunately, some of the heart inflammation in children, elite athletes going. So, and of course, elderly as well, but definitely in our children, teens, and elite athletes. So I am now recommending the phototherapy patches, X39, X49, which has been shown to protect and help the heart, the cardiovascular system, self-heal, the brain, etc. So there is a special going on right now. And depending on when you're watching this video, it may or may not be going on, but as of this recording, there's a special going on right now where you can get both together, the X39, X49 patches. I'm now recommending this pretty much to everyone because of what's going on in the world. It's nice to have that backup and know that you have the signal to reactivate, get your DNA, at least third of your DNA, back to a younger, healthier state. So healing that DNA blueprint on a physical level, but also to be able to heal and support your healing of your cardiovascular system. That's your heart and your blood vessels, right? The inflammation there and the brain. And then you can actually build muscle with X49 and fat loss with X49, which is really nice. And some people have also noticed, thicker hair, eyelashes, eyebrows, and that's really cool. And in the future, I'm really hoping the company does the studies on bone as well, because X49, the peptide that it activates, AHK copper peptide, is also found in bone. We can't make that claim yet because they haven't done the study, but I think that's very, very exciting. Yeah, very exciting. So a couple of other announcements. We have some upcoming telesummits going on. So Adrian Blackwell's Making Miracles. So definitely check that out. And I will let you know in the near future that very special interview that I did when I came home last week. That's going to be airing in December. So a very, very special interview. Definitely want you to be there for that. So just kind of block off your date for December 22nd. At 9 p.m. Eastern. So kind of just block it off and go watch Dr. Karen's interview. I'll tell you more about that in the near future. If you're not on my mailing list, please get on my mailing list. There are some things that we, obviously can't talk about here, but would love to have you participate in our monthly mini healings, which is coming up because we're near the end of the month. We also have other shows. Radio shows coming up, like using the phototherapy patches with Dr. Dennis, which acupuncture points to use, what symptoms you have. We can help you out with that. So that's coming up in next week's Spiritual Medicine Digest, as well as on the newsletter. So check that out. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, remember to post your comments below about how that healing energy felt in your body. If you had some sort of shift, would love to know. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and feel free to share it with any like-minded souls. Until next time, lots of love and bye for now.